Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for 31 Days of Oscar on TCM. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Up next, our night of Best Picture winners continues with the winner for 1966, produced and directed by Fred Zinnemann, A Man for All Seasons. Robert Bolt won an Oscar for his adapted screenplay based on his play. A Man for All Seasons is the story of 6 years in the life of Sir Thomas More, the Lord Chancellor of England, who stood up to King Henry VIII's power play by refusing to accede to the king's attempt to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon so he could marry Anne Boleyn. Producer-director Fred Zinnemann began his filmmaking career in 1927. He already had 2 Oscars, one for a 1951 documentary short subject, another Oscar for directing From Here to Eternity from 1953. Zinnemann said A Man for All Seasons was the easiest film he ever made, a product of, quote, the extraordinary caliber of the crew and the actors and the way they worked together. There were no big Hollywood names, though. Sir Thomas More was played by the actor who had the part in the stage production, Paul Scofield. This was Scofield's first major international movie role, but he made an impact, conveying a deep sense of integrity that resonated with audiences and earned Scofield the Oscar for Best Actor. Zinnemann also appreciated Vanessa Redgrave in what is really a cameo as King Henry VIII's new bride, Anne Boleyn. Zinnemann said he needed an actress who, in just 45 seconds, could convince an audience she was capable of changing the course of an empire. That was Redgrave. In 1978, Redgrave won a Best Supporting Actress Oscar for Julia, also directed by Zinnemann. A Man for All Seasons also features Oscar-nominated supporting performances from Wendy Hiller as Moore's wife and Robert Shaw as the king. From Columbia Pictures in 1966, also with John Hurt and Orson Welles, A Man for All Seasons. Fred Zinnemann won 2 Oscars for A Man for All Seasons, one for directing, another for Best Picture. Zinnemann was also the film's producer. The movie won 6 Academy Awards, including Best Actor for Paul Scofield. Zinnemann said Scofield conveyed the scope of Sir Thomas More's character so completely that for months after the shoot ended, Zinnemann couldn't help but look at Scofield in awe as a principled saint rather than an actor. Zinnemann had his share of awe-inspiring moments during the 5.5 decades of his career. His 2 previous Oscar wins were for directing From Here to Eternity from 1953 and for Best Documentary Short, Benji, that was 1951. Zinnemann was also nominated 7 times for Best Director, including High Noon and The Nun's Story. He produced only a handful of pictures, earning nominations for both producing and directing on The Sundowners from 1960, starring Robert Mitchum and Deborah Kerr.